Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're out here at the farm pond. We've been doing a couple videos. Some I've posted, some I haven't, but we've been helping manage this farm pond, getting rid of the little ones. Gonna be putting some big ones in here. Apparently there's been a couple double digits caught out of here already in the past, but today it's actually getting treated for the algae, the hydrilla. We got the guy coming today. I'm gonna get him on videotape. We're gonna be putting some chemicals in, getting rid of the algae. We're going to be talking to them about stocking some fish, potentially putting tilapia in here for the bass to feed on. And over the next 6, 8, 12 months, I'm going to be taking really big bass, putting them in this lake, taking the little 12-inch dinks and putting them out. And we're going to turn this into a trophy pond. So without any further ado, the guy's going to be here in about an hour to treat the lake. So I got an hour to fish real quick, and then we're going to get him on tape. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button. Make sure you drop a comment down below to be on comment of the day. Here's the current comment of the day. And without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and get the GoPro strapped on the chest. Let's catch some fish. Ought to be a fish right here. We got some deep water on the dam transition. We got to get rid of a lot of this moss today though. I may have to go around the bank with a thunder cricket. Something to get some bites. Dude, these freaking fish out here are stumping me. This place needs severe help. It needs help. It's got lots of little minnows. Nothing for the big bass to eat though. There's a fish. It's a little dinky. This is why we're here, guys. We gotta get them out this size. Ugh, there's too many just itty bitty tiny little fish in here, so really got to take them out, manage this thing trophy wise. I think I got one up under this grass. Yeah, there he is. Oh gosh, all up in that grass, guys. Ooh, all kind of cabbage on there. But first one for the old mega jaws. We're gonna be taking these out today though. Too small. This is a trophy lake. There's like 1,000,001 little like 6-inch bass right here. See if I can get any of them on the wacky. Got that little booger. Saw him come up and snatch it. This is exactly the size we need to throw out of here. Sorry, little booger. You're going on the bank. Sorry about that, but you gotta get going, boy. Can't have you. All right, the fish treating guy just got here, so we're gonna walk over here, talk to him, talk about what we're gonna do. Walk around, put this boat in. It's gonna be pretty cool content. It's gonna be a really good lake when we get done with it, so let's get over there.
Most of the damage is coming from out in deeper water, you know, from the shallow out, typically about 3 to 4 feet of water with this particular algae.
Okay.
It's not real difficult to get rid of. It's one, like I said, you see in farm ponds and lakes, very common in the spring and early summer. The later you let it go, obviously the tougher it gets, the harder it is to control. Probably eat some of this, some of them would before they died, but it's not on their menu. Yeah, they don't care for it.
And I just walked around, I didn't see hardly any hydrilla at all. Like, it's just this.
Yeah. Well, if I see anything else in there, I mean, if you truly have hydrilla in here, it may be a different plant, but I mean, it would be.
Is hydrilla what will seed out, and is that what ducks
Yeah, I didn't see any of that.
Okay, good, so. Yeah. There's a lot of little weedy type plants, vascular plants we call them, that are like hydrilla. Yeah, once they mature and drop seed, then that seed sits on the bottom. There's nothing we can do. There's not like a pre-emergent in the water we can use like we can on turf or like on a hayfield to clean things up. So you got to break the cycle. If you get a weedy plant, it seeds out this year, well, the damage is pretty much done for the next year. It's inevitable. You're going to have to deal with it next year. We can kill what's there, but the key is to catch it before it seeds out and produces seed. That way we break that cycle. Grass carp are a great tool. What they do is they help you break that cycle without herbicide. But I tell people, if I recommend grass carp, which I'm not for algae, but if you have a plant that they will eat, I just tell you, if you don't put really the amount I tell you or the right amount, they're not going to work, and you're going to say, man, those things didn't work. The guy didn't know what he's talking about. Yeah. So if you don't put enough, you might as well not put any, because they're not going to work.
Okay. We've had seasons where I know that those grasses that seed out have almost taken over the lake.
Okay.
We've had winters where there was 150 duck in here in the morning eating every bit of it, pulling it up off the bottom. So in the past few years, there have been some of that, those weeds in here, but not. I don't know if you just can't see them because of the algae or what. I wouldn't go back no further.
Gravy. Pulled the boat in, gonna travel around, put some algae killing dye and stuff in here. So
Marshall's about to quit his job and start doing this full time.
Oh, are you?
That's right.
Well, you better not get on the boat with me. I don't need any more competition out here.
No, I'm fishing full time.
No, yeah, fishing.
Oh, okay. I thought you just need to start go into the pond. No, man. Hey, I've done a lot of videos for owners, and they like that, man, when they're not around. And I send them videos, and I've done some stuff Davis has posted on their website, and they like it, the content. But I don't, like I said, they don't pay me, I don't work for them. But it's like, if they run into vegetation problems, they call me. They're not into aquatics and chemicals and all. They sell fish.
Yeah.
They do fish work.
Well, he just catches it.
Yeah. Well, that's the fun part. Now, some of the lakes I manage, I get to fish in, and yeah, some of them are pretty nice, So. Is there a standpipe in this lake, or is it just a free flowing spillway?
It's got a concrete overspill.
Okay.
But the amount of water that comes in is so low right now, it doesn't even
it looks like the water's down a little bit, looking at the edge of the bank there. The small one is a true pond dye. It's used for dyeing water. Like if you have somebody with real crystal clear water, and we can't fertilize yet, we'll use the dye to get some color in the water to help shade out the plant growth that's growing out in deep water. But once we get the plants under control, we phase the dye out, and then we start getting the fertilization program going, and the fertilization does what it should to help shade out the water column.
Is threadfin always what you recommend, or do you ever like American hickory?
Man, threadfin shad are typically the best. Gizzard shad in a pond, they get really big, and your bass, once they get too large, bass can't even eat them, and they can get overpopulated. Some people do use gizzard shad when they set up a lake with, most commonly with just nothing but female bass.
Yeah.
And there's no male bass in the lake, so you know your fish are going to get bigger, and there's no reproduction of bass. The Algaecide has a little bit of dye in it. They just do that kind of as a tracer.
Yeah.
It's not real concentrated. I mean, you could see that coming out behind the boat, but you wouldn't be able to see a stain in the water. You're going to be able to tell exactly where we've been in the dispersion of the product with this in there.
So when you inject this stuff today, is it going to kind of like turn brown and die off, or all float up to the top?
What's going to do, it's going to weaken and die as the product does its damage. It'll just kind of die and start to brown out and just rot and basically go away on its own. It'll break down.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that algae, man, you got to remember, it's like real fine hair almost, just thousands of little filaments of hair.
Right.
And it's just all matted together right now is what's going on, creating those floating rafted mats. Let's just move around a second, see what kind of depth we have out here. I'm just curious
Yeah, me too. Plenty deep enough to grow big bass.
It's a nice lake. It's a good sized lake to manage, man. Lakes that are just tremendous in size are very costly to manage. You know, the bigger, just more, you know, it's more expense. You can grow really big bass in a lake this size.
Alrighty, everybody. Well, whew, that was pretty cool. That was the first time I've ever helped spread Algaecide, and just got the go from Dustin, my buddy over here. We're going to be putting an electrofish boat in here. We're going to be electroshocking the lake to see how big a fish were in here. 7 years ago, there was a 14-pounder caught out of here. A friend of his supposedly had a pretty good one on the line the other day, pushing 9 or 10 pounds, got off, but I know there's some 7 and 8s in here I've seen. So we're gonna see how big a fish are actually in here in the farm pond. And I'm gonna be putting some big fish in here, taking the small ones out. As you saw, a couple of them today. We didn't have a lot of time, but it's gonna be pretty cool. So if you guys like the farm pond management videos, be sure to stick around for the series. And I'm pretty excited. Next time we're gonna be shocking the lake. Drop a comment down below how big a fish you think we're gonna find. You know, there may be a big one in here and we actually not shock it. So there could be bigger fish than what you actually end up shocking, but drop a comment. I wanna know what you guys think the biggest fish will shock. I'm thinking about 8 or 9 pounder, but if we get a double digit, I'm gonna be fishing out here all the time trying to get that thing. So see you guys in the next video. Peace.